SoulsReaper Healing. As I was shuffling the cards and meditating on the energy, I saw a lily pad, and I didn't know what the meaning was, so I looked it up, and I didn't see the color of the actual flower, but it says it symbolizes pleasure and peace. The nymphae water lilies perfectly symbolize innocence, purity, fertility, pleasure, celebration, hope, rebirth, wellness, and peace. All ancient cultures around the world have associated the white lilies with gods and spirituality. As I meditated, shuffled each card, so far every card that's come out for the energy for today, most of these equal 10. The first card out was Fire Element Desire. It's a 37, which equals 10. And I feel like this is the energy that we are either currently in or getting ready to go into with the Aries energy. Tens usually are endings and new beginnings. The next card out is number 10, Authority. So a lot of us understand that with endings comes new beginnings. So a lot of us are ending out old cycles to start a new cycle. Next card, Dolphin Spirit, which is a 20, which is a 2. 1 plus 1, 2. This and that are true. So looking at things that we've gone through and having a different, or actually having a greater appreciation for the things that we've been through. Understanding that there's two sides to every story, but we're having a more of a grounded understanding of what we've gone through and why we had to go through the things we went through. Next card out was a 31, which equals a 4. Groundhog Spirit, Time to Let Go. So we're acting out of more of a grounded space, releasing the old. The card, the bottom of the deck for the Sacred Geometry activations was a 37, which is Realization. That also equals a 10. Bottom of the deck for the Black Moon Astrology was a 43, which is a 7. Lunar Eclipse, which means change. Seven is a very spiritual number. And a life path 7. The bottom of the deck for the Spirit Animal was a 3. And it's a 12, that equals a 3. Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. And I placed this one below this one because I usually put the bottoms face up after I go through this. Each card that I get, I put the bottoms up because they all tie into what the current energy that we're in. But this one and this one equals a 10. 7 and 3. Lots of 10s on the board, guys. Lots of changes going on. The 3 cards we got out for things that we're currently working on or currently aware of. Sometimes we are not aware of these things. Sometimes these things are going on within our subconscious. I feel like a lot of us are in a different state of understanding. Abundance was this one. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Next card out was loneliness, which is in the center. And every time I've done a reading, the more I do this particular spread, the center card usually is something in your subconscious that you may not be aware of. You might be aware of it, but loneliness. I know that I am never alone. This card does remind me of the wheel, though. Changes. Stepping into a new cycle. So releasing. Loneliness, understanding that we are never alone. We are always protected and guided by our ancestors, spirit guides. God is always with us. And the last card out was patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So, lots of change. And, you know, with the fire element, desire card, and authority, both of those equal 10s. So, the changes that we're going through, and I don't know how you guys feel, but for this past year, it seems like the changes have been speeding up. You know, things we're doing in our lives, different things that we're changing for ourselves, our patterns, creating new patterns, new beliefs, and that can be anything in your life. Changing your diet, changing what you eat, what you like, what you don't like, doing things for yourself, for the benefit of yourself. And we've all been in this state of patience, being patient, grateful, knowing that there are things that we have to let go. People, places, things. You know, with this groundhog spirit equals a 4. You know, 4s usually represent stability, home. Also can be being at a more introverted state. The 4 of Swords card in the tarot usually has a figure laying on it looks like a bed, but it's not, but laying down. A sword is underneath, hanging on that platform, and 3 swords are up above, and he's laying there, you know, with his hands together, contemplating, you know, thinking about what changes need to be made or receiving downloads. Some of us are letting go of that state as far as being introverted, staying to ourselves. You know, with these changes that are being made, we're not in a fear state anymore. We're stepping into our power to where we're going to be our true authentic self in front of whoever, no matter what. Understanding that we're not alone, even though the outside world, people see us, as being lonely because we're by ourselves. But the crazy thing is we think it's crazy because to us we feel comfortable being alone because we've had that time to process old patterns, old beliefs. We've had that time to remove those things that no longer serve our highest good, and we're in a state to where we don't feel lonely. Other people may see us as thinking we're lonely, but we're not allowing them to project that energy onto us. Well-established boundaries. Understanding that you can create what you want to be in this life. We are all creators. We're creators of our own universe. I say this a lot of times, you're the creator of your universe. And it is a true statement. You can look back on certain things in your life that you've created. And, before we understood a lot of the process of spirituality, we didn't understand that we were creating the things that we were going through. We always placed that outside of self. This person did this, or that person did that, or, this situation happened because of them. But now, we're having a greater understanding that we are the creators. And with these 10s and, going into, because 10 breaks down to a 1. Ones are the starting and the beginning of the wheel, starting back over again, a new cycle. Starting anew in the understanding that we are the creators of our universe. So what do you want to create in your current universe? What are you working towards right now? Because I feel like a lot of us are in this space to where we are having a lot of downloads, a lot of creativity, stepping into the things that we love, no longer going with the status quo, no longer going along with what society says that we should do, old patterns, old beliefs, what we should do to be prosperous in their state, which is an old mindset, an old belief, an old pattern. We're not sticking to that anymore. We've been breaking out of that box for a while, and we're finally stepping into that. The last couple videos I did, we were stepping into power, stepping into our own power, our own understanding of who we truly are. Not letting others define us. We've been patient. That's one of the lessons that we've been learning is patience. Having gratitude every day, understanding that, like this card says, everything happens in divine order. We know there is a divine timing in the process. But there are going to be changes, guys. There's going to be things that's going to change in our world that might be abrupt, might be quick. Because with those, authority and desire, we're going to be ready. I feel like we are ready to take this leap of faith. Walking by faith, not by sight. Having the realizations and the understandings that things are going to change, but we're good with that. We're accepting things have to change in order for us to evolve to the next level of our growth. The bottom of the deck of these 3 cards here, the Soul's Journey, was envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So, some of you may be releasing this pattern, understanding that we don't have to be envious of anyone because we create. We are creators. We create our own reality. So we don't need to be envious, excuse me if I could talk, envious of any people, place, or thing. We know that we can create what we want to do in this life. We can go after our passions. This old pattern of belief no longer applies. And that's probably why this is lying under this realization card. Having a realization that this old pattern of belief, which, you know, this could have been learned by whoever, whatever you grew up in or around. People who are envious of other people, places, things, making you believe that you couldn't create your own reality. But we're having that realization. We're understanding that this is a pattern that we have to let go of. And if this isn't what's going on within ourselves, then this can possibly be having a realization that we have people, places, or things outside of us that are envious of us. Because I know a lot of times, you know, when I was going through my own healing, I had an old pattern of belief that, you know, why would anybody be envious of me? Why would anybody, you know, why would anybody want to be me? You know, it was just an old pattern of belief because that was self-esteem, low self-esteem. But this can be people outside. Having a realization, you know, that some people that we haven't let go of were envious, and that's why we had some of the beliefs we had. Like this dolphin spirit says, this and that are true. Two sides to the story, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. We've all been the sinner and the saint. We've been on both sides. So now we're coming into, we're seeing things differently. We're seeing that we've been in both places. You know, I say this a lot. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I don't know if that's just a Oklahoma statement, you know, just something that we say, but you know, we've learned the lessons. And we'll continuously learn lessons, guys, as we move forward. There's new lessons to learn, new things to learn in order for you to continue to evolve. And we know this, we understand this. We know that things have to change. And right now we're currently in this canary spirit here singing our own song, stepping into passion, stepping into change, but gracefully, grounded, having a different viewpoint of what we have, what lessons we have learned, how we can manifest, but manifesting from a balanced, grounded state. Knowing that soon we are going to be stepping into, you know, the new beginning, taking a leap of faith. Understanding that certain things are we're going to have to let go of. But having appreciation for the lessons that we went through, the things that we learned, and appreciation for the people that taught us those lessons, because we're all teachers and students. All of us. You know. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read that fire element desire card. See what insight it has for us. This card in the tarot represents the Two of Wands. These are changes coming, new movement. Look for them to be quick. The element of fire in astrology is all about beginnings, our passions, and how fast we get our energy moving. It speaks to how rapidly we react and how long it takes us to accomplish what we set out to do. Fire is burning determination. Fire scorches away impurities, clearing a landscape for new growth and leaving an area healthier and stronger. The signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius fall under the influence of fire. When the fire element card is involved, expect changes to be dramatic in an unforgettable way. A situation is about to be transformed through a wake-up call or a personal epiphany. You know, that realization card. The element of fire is spirit moving and a great indicator of creativity, so now is the time to apply your energy wholeheartedly. Step into this path and find your way. Look at your issue from another perspective and try a unique approach. The fire element card also denotes honesty and suggests you act assertively. You're about to get upfront with someone or vice versa, at least you should. And this card says to push it. In any event, you will soon understand where you stand, as all of your cards will be put on the table. Then you can expect less mystery. Watch out for bossy people when this card comes up. It can indicate a type of bulldozing that will be hard to deal with. Others may claim they are speaking to you from a place of truth and concern, whereas they may not understand the situation very well and not offer the best advice. Also be careful of others attempting to take over and claiming as theirs what you have created or started. This card can imply the ego going out of control, but it's important to keep yours in check as well. Since you are now thinking in larger terms, details won't seem to matter as much, but it's important to get everything nailed down. You may be tempted to fly by the seat of your pants and rely upon spontaneity. This is not a bad idea. The fire element card says you have good instincts at the moment and will be able to carry it off as long as you are also grounded. Yeah, it's all tying in with the rest of the cards very well. This is a card of passion. Therefore, if romance is your question, this is a compelling attraction, at least on the part of one of you. However, don't make the mistake of attempting to make your love interest jealous if you feel you are not getting the attention you crave. This will surely backfire. If the attention strays though, don't be afraid to have a backup plan. In romance, this card can indicate a sudden attraction. If it's not meant to be, it will burn out fast. But if the relationship has legs, you will be great supporters and protectors of each other. The fire element card is one of new starts, often after the past has been burned away, and denotes a period where you start anew. Be honest in your approach. Any arrogance will be your enemy. You will have the zeal to get things done in the way you want. As far as your life is concerned, the pot is being stirred. Lastly, show caution with objects that have a fiery or electrical nature. So, new starts, new beginnings, passionate new beginnings, but acting out of a grounded state, and changes. Let's see. Number 10, authority. Sacred geometry activations, oracle. Number 10, authority. The word authority has mostly been used to describe the powers that rule, govern, lead, direct, control, and protect. It has also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, and scare us. Authority is about power. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, wisdom, experience, and inner balance. This kind of power comes from within, where it is deeply rooted in a solid connection to Source. Externally, this power expresses itself as presence, the ability to be completely in the moment with full awareness of every aspect of one's self, all senses fully engaged, while being completely centered in the heart. Internally, this power steps back to witness, allowing us to perceive and discern without attachment. For all this, a new form of authority arises, one that leads, shares, directs, and conducts with benevolence, grace, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. This kind of authority inspires trust, creation, collaboration, and partnership. It is receptive in nature and expresses the journey inward, where a connection with self and source become one. Green represents the energy that abundantly flows from the heart. Turquoise represents the high heart chakra, sometimes referred to as the thymus chakra, the place where heart and throat energies merge into loving expression of truth. Gold and yellow represent abundance, truth, enlightenment, and self-realization. In numerology, 3 is considered a catalytic number. It stands for an energy that speeds up or creates a reaction between two unrelated things without necessarily changing itself, and there are many 6s in this image. 6 is associated with harmony, love, and balance, as well as with structure, design, and efficiency. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all, balance and infinity, purity and freedom. Wow. So, lots of changes. But quick changes, this last year it feels like, it's kind of been a build-up. We've been going through little tweaks and changes. Some we have been aware of, some we have not been aware of. But we are getting to a flow state of being in the moment, being patient, understanding how things are working, how we are changing. But it's about to get fiery, guys. Hope you're ready. I'm sure you are. Just stay grounded. Be mindful about what you are feeding your soul. I'm sure a lot of you are in the same state I am, as where if I'm watching a show or a movie or something like that, I feel drawn to certain things, movies, songs. But if it's anything that I don't feel resonates with my soul, then I don't watch it, or I don't listen to it. I just a lot of us are in that state too, where we're feeling, we're cutting things off. Certain things that we continuously used to watch, certain channels, whether it's on YouTube, certain programs, TV shows, places, places maybe that we used to go. But we've been doing this throughout the last year, changing a lot of those things. I'm looking at these letters I have in my bowl right now, and I see a U, which is a 1, a C, which has a 3 on it, and then over here I see a Y, which is a 4, UCY. So, maybe that's a message. We're seeing why these things are happening. We're not in the old patterns of victim consciousness and thinking things are just happening to us. We understand that things are happening for us. And we're changing those beliefs and those patterns. So, are you ready for new, guys? I know I am. I'm ready for new. Ready to step into that new. So, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys soon.